Hey, Andy, I got a trivia question for you. Who watches cartoons?
We do.
We do, but who else? What other group? Like little kids, right? Little kids watch cartoons.
I'm not aware. I thought we were the only ones who did.
No, apparently it's like a new thing. Little kids, they've finally caught on with the rest of us. They're loving cartoons. However, children can't listen to this podcast because we use the big F and the lowercase s. Adults only. You guys. I got some bad news, everyone. I fell down and it was like there's a patch of ice and I broke my leg. Just snapped it in two, and the doctor says no more podcasts.
Oh my god.
No more podcasts. He's like, if you do another podcast, you can lose that leg.
That's terrible.
I know. I'm taking. Oh, my leg. Oh,
That's so weird.
Oh, it feels like someone's pulling my leg because it's April Fool's. That was our mandatory April Fool's prank. Did I get you? I think I got you.
I thought my brother was dying.
He thought. Well, I would have.
This isn't a funny joke.
People can live without one. People can live with just one leg.
This hurt. This hurt me.
Well, most pranks are cruel.
Practical jokes
are
not supposed to hurt people, especially your family members.
I'm sorry. Would it make it up to you if I said today was a special episode?
How is it special?
It's a special mystery grab bag. We're going to watch 3 films. I've written the name of several films down that we've recently purchased at Walmart in the $5 bin. We're going to reach in, we're going to pull 3, and we're just going to have a fun time. So, how's that make you feel? Are you no longer upset about the vicious pranking I did?
I still feel pretty angry, actually.
Pranks have been making people angry.
Hey. April Fools.
Oh,
April Fools.
Oh,
I'm not angry. Okay, we got our two, one each.
One each.
We got them out of the way. No more.
Can I kill the bit here for a second? I am fucking sick of pranks. Like, I think that the internet's ruined April Fools, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can't go to IGN or GameSpot or Kotaku
Or Blizzard.
They're all maybe video games have ruined April Fools, but no, it's like they're so fucking obvious.
Yeah,
there's nothing to surprise us with these weak ass April Fools pranks, and so yeah, I mean that's our little take on it. But I think even we're kind of winding down. Ours have been kind of weak in the past.
Yeah,
I don't think we've ever successfully got someone. I did get one guy, though. The guy, in the wrong way. I made a thing last year saying that I was going to work for Giant Bomb, and I opened it with, the Giant Bomb logo and everything, and a guy actually left a comment. He was like, "You people are fucking disgusting, ripping off the hard work of others. That's not your logo." And I was like, check the date, bruh. You're my brother. I'm talking specifically to you, Andy. Bruh.
Am I supposed to save the date? Are you getting married?
Check the date. Save it. Put it in the basket.
The Easter basket.
The Easter basket.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Shit, we didn't do an Easter. We could have just seen Zootopia.
That's a rabbit. I saw it twice.
What's the one with the rabbit?
Hop.
Zootopia. Hop. What's the third bunny flick? Does the cutscenes from Star Fox count?
No.
Shit, I got nothing.
I could probably find maybe a movie, a short film. What?
Evil Rabbit from Hoodwinked.
We can watch Bunnicula.
That's okay. That's actually sad because someone has suggested Bunnicula.
I've heard it's good. But this is Bad Toons.
This is Bad Toons, you're right.
So we're only talking about bad things like Zootopia.
Zootopia is terrible because people didn't used to be furries and now they're furries.
I'm a furry now.
We didn't used to have this problem.
That just happened.
I'd be like, hey man, do you find that rabbit attractive? And a guy would be like, fuck no.
I'm just now a furry. It's terrible. I have a furry webcomic that I started in December, but
Preemptively, you knew you're like the Nostradamus of Zootopia.
I predicted.
You were like, one day there will be a film called Zootopia, and people were like, yeah, the trailer is playing on Rotten Tomatoes.
I tried to stop everybody. I tried to stop it all.
You did.
I couldn't. I was powerless.
It's like the film 2012, if I had seen the film 2012. But let's just pretend that I had, and that film was about furries. And John Cusack was like, guys, no. Stop checking that tiger out. Stop giving that gazelle sideways glances. Our mom saw a Zootopia toy, and she was like, what the fuck? I've never seen her more confused. She was like, do people want to... Chris, in the Disney store, do people want to fuck this? Do people want to fuck this?
See, I find that hard to believe. Not because mom is saying fuck in a Disney store, because she totally does. She said it. But if anyone in our family is a furry, it's mom.
She did say she wanted to fuck a dragon once.
Yeah. And she was talking about how when she was a kid, she used to want to be a wolf. I'm like, Mom, you are a fucking furry. Like, that is dead to rights. You are a furry.
We were driving down the road and a fucking sports car drove up. And my mom said, wow, that's sexy. But she said it in like this weird, like lascivious way. And we were like, that's gross. And she's like, no, like sexy is like a descriptor for something that's like cool and powerful. Like when people say dragons are sexy.
Okay, we were driving down the road.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, hold on, I'll only be like a couple hours. And she got out of the car and she walked into Anthrocon for hours and was gone. She had a 3-day pass. I didn't see her for 3 days.
3 whole days.
3 days.
When she came back, she was like, I got this great idea for a film. Gonna call it Zootopia.
I draw the line. My mom did not come up with Zootopia.
You're right, because we were like, Mom, that movie's been out.
This was last weekend.
I'm pretty sure there was a showing at Anthrocon. Disney knows where the money is. We know where the money is right now. We're going to thank our sponsors. Make it so. Star Trek TNG.
Star Trek is not our sponsor.
Star Trek's our sponsor now. We're going to go to the first movie. The first movie is... I hit my drink. The first movie is coming up right now. Just got done our first flick. We watched The Croods, 2013 DreamWorks film starring Nicolas Cage, Emma Stone, and Ryan Reynolds. A group of cave people travel through a fantastical world with the help of an inventive boy. And it was irritating.
Oh my God.
I almost broke us, I think.
I feel like I had to look away from the screen. Like, you know how they say that if you're looking at a screen every hour, you need to spend like 10 seconds looking 20 feet away from the screen.
Yeah.
I felt like that was like double time for this. Like I had to physically pry my eyes away from the screen like every few seconds.
I felt like we should have watched this with a standing desk.
Yes.
There's also a rule. If you watch The Croods, you have to...
Or at least one of those exercise balls as a seat.
Because then you're focusing on your core muscle and not your crude muscles.
Yes.
This film was crude.
However...
It was crudely animated.
I will say...
Yeah, up top. We don't want to peek. We got to do a sissy hand high five.
I was going to do a surgeon high five.
What's a surgeon high five?
It's like a sterile high five where you bring your hands up and then you go whap.
See, I was assuming surgeons just did the time warp thing that Riff Raff and Magenta do where they touch fingertips. You can't see us, but we're doing the Riff Raff Magenta thing. Except more blood and viscera like come raining down.
He never liked me!
I never liked The Croods. So, Flintstones meet the Emma Flintstones. That's all I got. It's so bad.
I feel like we just watched it, and I feel like I can't remember it because it was that forgettable.
I think it's more like our brains were in such agony, like we just started killing our own
This is a
memories.
repressed memory.
This is a repressed memory.
This is in the vault.
No, the DreamWorks made this. It's not Disney. It's not in the vault.
Okay.
Take that shit out the vault. This thing doesn't even belong with amongst the ranks of Aladdin 2, The Return of Jafar.
The DreamWorks is like going to Disney's headquarters and like, hey, bro, can we store this in your vault? This movie is shit. They're like, no way. They're like, Song of the South is in there. I'm like, okay, good point. Put it in there.
This movie is racist towards cavemen. I think technically these cave people should have been black. I'm just putting that out there. If we look at the history of the world, and
you go into like a protest and someone has a sign that says Jesus is black. Someone's like, Santa Claus is black, Jesus is black, and you're like, no, more importantly, the Croods, they were black.
The Croods were black.
Excuse me? The Croods were black.
I did it, Andy. I made it about race. Every single time we do one of these, I bring race into it. Oh, gotta take my cough drop out. We're very sick because of Croods. Croods illness.
I got Croods disease.
So this film begins with a nice little animated intro, like traditionally animated.
I was about to say, literally all of it's animated, Chris.
Oh no! I thought we were watching Croods. I put on Quest for Fire again.
Hold on. This short little animated intro that's an hour and 30 minutes long and has a full credits.
And then it just starts up. Far Cry Primal.
Yeah.
This movie is the animated intro for Far Cry Primal. Should I stay or should I go now?
Swamp Thing.
You fight everything nasty. So
I believe the words are Swamp Thing, you are amazing.
You are amazing. You fight everything nasty. So here's the thing. It opens with one of those... it looks like all CG movies do this. When they have the preamble, it's traditionally animated, and it normally looks a lot better than the actual film. I even count that amongst like Kung Fu Panda, which Kung Fu Panda, I don't know why I pronounce Panda.
Kung Fu Panda.
You find a discarded panda tooth, you have the power to summon Godzilla. Even in Kung Fu Panda, which I think is a beautifully animated movie, and the only good DreamWorks film, I still think the like traditionally animated styles they reserve for the fucking credits looks better. But in this 2D animated intro, we're introduced to the concept that they live on, like, I don't know if it's technically Pangea, but a massive supercontinent. And then the supercontinent breaks apart and shows, hey, this is what Earth's going to look like. This is what's happening in the movie.
And of course, it doesn't break at all how Pangea did in the real world, where it broke into 2 continents. And then into the 7 we have. It broke into all of them just at once.
Well, also, it didn't take a million years. It took roughly the running time of
it took about 1 hour 30 minutes.
1 hour 30 minutes.
But also, they didn't call it Pangea because they didn't have that concept back then. They were cave people.
Yeah, but
they had English and millions of other, concepts that we have today.
They have the concept of being uncool and being cool.
They know what brains are.
Yes.
They know what love is.
I want to know what love is. I don't want you to show me that we're brothers.
I'll show you with a Google search.
They had Google search in the Croods?
They probably did. They probably had Google Glass. You know what? They probably had fucking Oculus Rift available to every consumer.
Now, see, I can appreciate The Simpsons. But more importantly, The Flintstones is what I meant to say.
I can appreciate The Simpsons because it's good, but The Croods isn't.
I can appreciate The Flintstones because that's like... that's the joke.
Yeah.
Is we're cave people, look at all the stuff we have. This isn't like that. This is, they're trying to be more like cavemen, how they were. They're scared, primitive, hulking, forehead sloped monster people who hunt to survive. And in the beginning, it's showing like the mortality rate of all the other families. And like, oh, they got the common cold and they all died. Oh, an elephant stepped on that entire family. But yet they still talk like how Nicolas Cage talks.
Nicolas Cage is in this movie?
Nicolas Cage is a character in this film. The character of...
His name is Nicolas Cage?
Grug is his full name is Nicolas Grug Cage, because it's just Nicolas Cage. I mean, he looks more like he should be like voice acted by Jack Black, but it's Nicolas Cage. We kept joking like that Nicolas Cage was obviously improving his lines and like
joking.
Okay,
everything had that Nicolas Cage spin on it.
You're grounded and you're not gonna leave that cave until you look like her. And he points to an old woman, and like I could see the guy, Mr. Cage, you drew that out a little long. Can you read as written? It's just supposed to be, you're grounded, you don't get to leave that cave till you look like her. Okay, let me try that again. You're grounded, and you don't get to leave that cave until you look like her. One more time, I'm begging you, read as written. Just, the commas are in the appropriate places, real quick, because like, it's not even like the best joke in the film. Okay. You're grounded. You go to that game and say, you look like her. Okay? Capiche? Piss? Blood? He cannot not be, and it'd be different if that was the joke, but it's not. It's just poorly done. It's just not good. It's miscasting at its absolute worst. It's phoning in at its absolute worst. I mean, Emma Stone is pretty bad in it. Ryan Reynolds is the worst, but that's
Ryan Reynolds in this.
He's just because he's Ryan fucking Reynolds. But like Nicolas Cage, he talks like he's. We came across something that we never realized. I think Xavier Renegade Angel is supposed to be Nicolas Cage. There's a caveman episode of Xavier Renegade Angel, and if you close your eyes during this, you can just see him being like,
yeah, wow, I was up all night because like all these ideas just kept coming to me.
Is that a snake?
Belt! New and improved!
I no longer fear your pain, Fries.
Oh boy.
For in pain, I've found the truth. And even though pain hurts, you need to confront pain if you want to transcend the crushing pain of your inner pain.
Since I don't have a brain, they're coming from my stomach down deep below and then up again into my mind.
I may stink like cock, but I'm no spring chicken.
We've gotten along just fine without brains till now. Cavemen don't need brains. We have these. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ideas are for weaklings.
You figured that out right after numb-nutted Neanderballs.
It has all the hallmarks of a bad DreamWorks movie. There's actually a literal countdown to DreamWorks face where Grug is getting an idea and like the music is swelling. It's almost like they're aware. They're fucking aware that snarky people who hate DreamWorks are going to watch this. And it's like, okay, here it comes, all you internet fucks.
No, I don't know if it was Grug. I think it was Ryan Reynolds. Because Ryan Reynolds is the human DreamWorks face.
That's true.
Look at that fucker.
That's another weird thing. Why was Ryan Reynolds' character, what was his name?
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Why was Ryan Reynolds so poorly animated in this? Did you notice that? All the other characters are, it's like the model skeleton was broken and he kept almost clipping. He moved with his really like herky-jerky kind of movement and his hair wasn't rendered. This movie came out in 2013. Why does it look this bad?
Lack of effort? I don't know.
We've already established this is Earth. If it wasn't for the very beginning, hey, look at the supercontinent break into the other 7 continents. 6 continents. I do not recognize Antarctica as a continent. I think it's more of a waste of space. I said it.
Do you just think that because they're the first LGBT pro continent?
I waited to say our LGBT community is much better. I think we proved that at QuakeCon. I know they claim to be the first pro, but I mean, overall points in Capture the Flag doesn't lie.
How can they be considered pros if they don't even use Razer mouses?
They do not even have gunners down there.
What the fuck?
The sun shines so brightly off the surface of snow that it's blinding, and you don't even got gunners? Bruh?
That's a shame.
Bruh? I'm addressing you. You're the only person in this room that's my brother. Bruh, they don't got gunners.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
But none of the animals in this film look like All right. I'm like watching some like, what the fuck, DreamWorks? Our prehistoric animals weren't exciting enough for you? They're all combinations of animals.
A fucking whale on land.
A
There are
land whale.
multiple whales.
And he's not even Moby Lick.
Could be.
No, Moby Lick was an orca.
That's true.
Which makes no sense because he's not a whale. Nah, I take it back, DreamWorks. You're right. I'm sorry.
Well, I guess, yeah.
Take it back. But this movie's still shit.
It's awful.
So, like, let's inventory some of the animals. So,
Okay.
like, first we have, like, something almost like an owlbear.
Yeah.
It's more like a spotted leopard owl. So they're not even in the same, like, there's a dog lizard. And I think at first you were just screaming.
I was like, fucking dogs did not evolve from fucking lizards. Fuck this shit.
At least that closely.
Well,
it wasn't like lizard, dog, lizard.
but there were other
normal
mammals.
dogs. There's a bunch of other mammals.
Fucking, if it were a bird lizard, then sure.
Yeah, but no,
Because that makes perfect
dog
sense.
lizard.
But this is a dog lizard.
There's elephant rats. They're like little rats with elephants.
And I guess they're trying to be ironic, like, oh, elephants are afraid of mice. Here's a fucking elephant mouse. I don't know.
It looks like bad Dr. Seuss. It's like if Dr. Seuss was really drunk and just did not give a shit and was dictating to his slow friend that couldn't draw really well. There's some animals that operate kind of like the krill from Gears of War. I made that joke and then it happened. There's this pink mist. I'm like, it's gonna be the fucking krill. And then they attack the land well and strip its bones clean. It's like, oh, it's the krill.
It's right when the sun goes down and it's totally dark, and that's when they come out.
I think,
and then Marcus Phoenix is on like a big, like tank kind of thing with a light fixed on the back, and you got to go through a whole mission, and it's really annoying.
I think one of the most telling scenes is they're trying to capture they're trying to convince a parrot saber-toothed tiger. This all sounds like Impossible Creatures gobbledygook nonsense, I'm saying.
And it is.
It's imagine a parrot mixed with a saber-toothed tiger with a big head. Here, I'll put a picture of it on the thumbnail. No, I won't. Google it.
Put the cover to Impossible Creatures as the thumbnail.
But they're trying to convince this animal to come towards a trap. They build like a large like puppet out of leaves and sticks of a female, and they have their little sloth pal play, I guess, a Zappa-esque xylophone on a rib cage. This all sounds delightful, but it's total shit.
It's actually the intro to the Oingo Boingo song "Another Day."
Tusk is in this movie, so
Tusk by Fleetwood Mac is in this film, but it's not the original version. It's the big band version that I think they used the Martian band version to Tusk.
Yeah.
Which this song, probably not.
Well, it's because they're playing football with an egg.
It's probably not great for a kid's movie to have the song Tusk. Maybe look up what the song Tusk is about.
I think we should reserve it for movies for adults or movies about werewolves.
Yes.
Yada Glanchi.
Okay.
So it's Ryan Reynolds' character and Nicolas Cage's character.
Yeah, and Nicolas Cage, he literally grabs the things from it, like, let me show you how to do it.
Well, he says, let me see those acting sticks.
Yeah.
He's not coming over. I don't think our puppet looks scared enough.
Scared? I'll show you scared. Hand me those acting sticks.
Nicolas Cage literally teaches Ryan Reynolds how to act.
Which is
this movie.
A frightening concept.
It's terrifying.
When we were watching the film, we were just blown away with how preposterously terrible Nicolas Cage was. And Annie didn't know anything about this film. The secondary male lead shows up, and Annie says, "Oh God, is he going to be younger Nicolas Cage?" And I was like, "You have no idea how right you are. You're in for a bad time."
The second he started talking, I went, Ryan Reynolds!
Ryan Reynolds!
Oh, Ryan Reynolds!
Ryan Reynolds! Human wasn't invented back in the prehistoric times, even though we have such highfalutin concepts like psychology.
Okay, you were legitimately just sounding like
Timothy Traister.
Like Timothy Traister.
Timothy Traister Hulk. I watched that more recently than R.I.P.D. because I watched R.I.P.D. once and I will never watch it again. So let's put a fucking bow on this and move on.
Stop pandering to our audience.
Let's stop pandering to Ryan Reynolds. So,
by the way, I made a note that says something about Ryan Reynolds, but I did not write Ryan Reynolds. I wrote RR
because you instantly know
it could be Ryan Reynolds. It could have been Ronald Reagan or Robert Redford.
Rest and relaxation.
The end of Watchmen, when he's like, "Oh, you hear about President RR?" and he's like, "No way anyone would elect Ryan Reynolds to be president." And that's like, it's showing you the end. Like, it's different than our world. Because in Watchmen, Ryan Reynolds is the president.
It's true.
Cannon.
Nick Cannon is his vice president.
Okay, let's talk about the next one.
Well, I just want to say one last thing. There's a scene. We kept getting upset because they're throwing around modern verbiage, but they're not clever enough to make that like the joke. A lot of these characters feel like they're the cavemen from Terrible Thunder Lizards. If you ever watched, was that the name of the show, or am I getting the Fabulous Freebirds mixed up again?
Or the Fabulous Freak Brothers?
Oh man, there should have been a Fabulous Freak Brothers cartoon or Wonder Warthog. But there's these two cave people in Terrible Thunder Lizards, which was an old show that ran concurrently. I'm not using that word right. It ran alongside Eek the Cat. It was from the makers of Eek the Cat. And these two cavemen, one was an inventor and he kept inventing modern day concepts. So there's a scene where like one cooks him a bad meal and he's like, "So how was your meal?" "It was great." "Oh, I'm glad you liked it." "No, it was actually terrible. I was being something." See, that's funny because they don't know what sarcasm is. And you see, there's none of that. People are just using like modern day language and idioms and things of that nature. Like, I don't mind cave people saying love. Because love is you can debate if that's a primal instinct, and we're not actually hearing them speaking English. It's a movie, so this is their interpretation of what they would have been saying. But I do get upset when cave people use the concept of cool and uncool. Like, that's cool. No, shouldn't they be? There's no follow-up joke to that. But there's a scene where Grug is picking up Ryan Reynolds' character, and he says something like,
"You know, I've wanted to throw you away ever since I met you."
That's a joke, right?
What's a joke?
That's exactly what the writers of this movie said. So, would you recommend The Croods to anyone?
Well, I will say this. This movie did star Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
So my review of this movie would be that I was waiting for it to end. I honestly would have rather have watched the WWE meets the Flintstones.
The WWE meets the Flintstones?
Yes.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because the next film we watched is a little bit in common with that.
Get back here now!
Our second film we watched was The Croods, 2013 DreamWorks film starring Nicolas Cage, Emma Stone, and Ryan Reynolds. A group of cave people travel through a fantastical world with the help of an inventive boy. And it was inoffensive.
Yeah.
It was just there. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It's not the worst film I've ever seen. It was okay.
It's not even the worst DreamWorks film I've ever seen.
Yeah. Like, not as good as Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
But not as bad as... Are the Minions DreamWorks? Those little fuckers?
Yeah.
So not as bad as Minions. It's okay. I'd give it a solid 6.
Hold on. What's that?
What's what?
The blue on your screen.
Oh, it's just upgrade Windows.
Oh, okay. I thought it was upgrading. So I was like, Chris,
no, it's like, hey, I was trying to warn you. You got to update to Windows. But no, this movie, it was all right.
Yeah.
I mean, Nicolas Cage he's okay. I mean, it's middle of the road kind of performance. Like, I nothing he really did stood out, but he wasn't so bad that it like took me out of the film. Emma Stone, same thing. Ryan Reynolds, same thing. I mean, Cloris Leachman had some lines that gave me a chuckle, and I liked the baby character.
Yeah,
the baby was like it kind of reminded me of a Flea's character from Wild Thornberries. I don't know the name of the character. He's just Flea.
Oh, Chris, I think you're thinking of Mucha Lucha.
The Flea!
You know, the Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He played bass.
He did. He would hit other wrestlers with a bass guitar.
Wait a minute. Didn't Flea, like, jokes aside,
Yeah.
didn't the Flea from Mucha Lucha wear his underwear outside of his costume? Like,
I think he did.
Well, Flea was famous for wearing just his underwear on stage.
What, joking aside, when I saw Red Hot Chili Peppers live, wasn't the bass player wearing a Flea luchador mask?
Oh my God.
And did he not perform insane luchador stunts and then like fart on people?
Hold on. Okay. That was funny. But all jokes aside,
No more jokes past this point.
jokes are done.
They're old.
We had a
news.
little chuckle.
Had a chuckle. It's time to get like CNN breaking news style.
Chris, I'm going to stop you right there. No more jokes.
Oh, okay. That was kind of a joke. I'm sorry.
Chris, you're still doing it.
No, that was me being serious. That was a sincere apology.
Well, you're doing it in a
But please,
joking way.
Please get to where you were going because we need to know.
I watched Mucha Lucha recently.
And joking aside,
Joking aside,
all gone.
Ricochet,
Yeah?
purple-haired girl,
Purple-haired girl.
whatever her name was, and the Flea
Mm-hmm.
were all totally naked, except their cocks were in like socks, like white
Yes.
socks, and they were totally naked, playing instruments and singing "California, rest in peace, simultaneous release."
That's the theme song to Mucha Lucha!
Oh my God, it is!
Oh my God, how come we you stupid? Ah. But this movie wasn't that. It was all right.
Yeah,
I liked some of the animals. They were okay.
Yeah.
They were...
and Ryan Reynolds' performance. I mean, I don't really have that extreme of a.
We don't. We
opinion on him.
shit on him a lot, but he was better than he normally was, but not as good as he could have been.
Yeah.
We keep talking in circles. We keep just saying it's an movie. I mean, did
Yeah.
anything really jump out at you?
Uh,
The scene where they get all the birds and
they make like a
the
hot air
bird scene.
balloon.
They make a hot air. It's weird.
Yeah, it's.
Hot air balloon bird. But I mean,
I don't know. I feel like
I'm trying to give like concise like criticism of the film. Would you suggest it? You could have a worse time, I guess. So I mean,
I'd say Redbox it.
Redbox it.
It's only $1. I gotta say,
It's not a purchase.
there's like nothing really to say at this point. I'm just kind of waiting for this part to be over.
I'm still waiting for this part to be over.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds wasn't in that one though.
So our next film, we're gonna move on and maybe talk about a film that maybe had more of an impact. Coming up.
He's loose!
Our final film of the night was The Croods, 2013 DreamWorks film starring Nicolas Cage, Emma Stone, Ryan Reynolds. A group of cave people travel through a fantastical world with the help of an inventive boy. And it was fan-damn-tastic. Never has a DreamWorks film of all films blown past my expectations. Much better than that shit called Kung Fu Panda. Forget that. Croods is where it's at. Thoughts?
You said it was inventive.
Yes.
I really like that because there were a lot of animals, but they weren't like the animals we have on Earth.
Yeah.
They actually went out of their way to come up with all of these crazy ideas.
It was like Impossible Creatures,
Yes.
which is like one of the best games.
It's like they took all the... They went above and beyond and decided, hey, we could just show you the normal lives of cavemen, but let's make it fantastical.
We all know that
and
shit.
a spectacle.
We've all studied cave people in the past.
Everybody has. Everybody knows about mastodons and all that kind of
They
stuff.
don't know about lizard dogs,
Yeah, they don't know about lizard dogs.
whales with legs that walk on land.
What about the lemurs that were connected via tail?
There's two, yeah, it's like a push me, pull me.
Yes.
Push me, pull you, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, this gets crazy. There's my favorite. It was like a parrot mixed with a saber-tooth tiger.
Oh my god.
And at first it wants to eat the Croods, but then it becomes friends with the Croods. I mean, that's a little predictable, but like it's the kind of predictable where you're like, I'm really hoping this cat sticks around. Like this actual, like literal.
It's
cat.
funny when you said that. You kind of sounded a little bit like Nicolas Cage, who was
MVP.
Oh my God, he was so good.
So let me pitch this movie to you.
Okay. I'm gonna pretend like I've never seen The Croods.
It's a caveman film.
Okay, you've got me already because you know how much I love cavemen.
Everyone loves cave people. Nicolas Cage is the dad.
Oh my God.
Hold on. You're getting ahead of yourself.
I'm sorry.
Because I feel like you've already seen the film the way you're acting.
No, I've never seen the film.
You've never seen the
Not
film.
even once.
Let me tell you this. Nicolas Cage doesn't act like a caveman. He's just Nicolas Cage, and it's all the best caginess.
Oh my God.
No, there's a scene where he goes 200% Cage. He puts on a Rastafarian wig and says, I call it a rug because it rhymes with grug. Guess what? Caveman's name is Grug.
Oh, fuck.
And it's a classic caveman.
Does anything else rhyme with Grug?
What if I told you he invented the concept of hugs?
Holy shit.
Heartwarming. Heartwarming.
And what's the movie called? Is it called Grug, the caveman that invented hugs?
No, better yet, it's his last name because guess what? It's not about just Grug. It's about the entire family.
Oh, there's more?
Grandma, Cloris Leachman,
starred a gem. I can't name any stages she's been on, but she probably has.
If you thought of a cave woman,
okay.
Look, what's in caves? Like rocks.
Rocks.
What else are in caves?
Pebbles.
What else?
Sediment.
What else?
These are all synonyms, but stones.
Emma Stone is the daughter. See what we did there? She's hot, but like in a manly way. A lot more upskirt shots than like we're gonna tell.
Oh my!
Family.
I was so glad you said that. I didn't want to say it.
Guess who's a love interest?
Who?
Hollywood heartthrob Ryan Reynolds.
Oh my God!
The Deadpool.
You got the Deadpool.
The Deadpool is in this film.
The Deadpool.
Here's the thing. This was after Bad Deadpool, but before Great Deadpool.
Holy shit.
So, like, I think this gave him the Deadpool bump.
This is like...
We wouldn't have Deadpool without the Croods.
This is like the fucking hyperbolic time chamber.
He said, I need to go back to my roots.
He was like, no, man. This is the bad Deadpool.
I'm not funny.
I need to get to the core. I need to find that Deadpool inside of me.
You know what
and go into the Croods and figure it out.
It was a return to form.
Ryan
Reynolds, Hollywood funny man. We've been waiting for him to make a film like Deadpool.
Yes.
It's not good. X-Men Origins, he's not Deadpool. He goes to the Croods. He's like, this is my training. This is my punching bag. This is my Rocky moment. Comes out and knocks it out of the park. We got the Deadpool.
You know what the thing about Rocky is? The training is the best part of the movie, and that is why the Croods is the best thing that Ryan Reynolds
think of it
has
as
ever
a prequel,
done, which is saying a lot because he's been in so many gems of movies.
R.I.P.D.
R.I.P.D.
I would say the chemistry that Ryan Reynolds has with Nicolas Cage rivals that of the two classic characters, Roy Cephas and Ryan Reynolds from R.I.P.D.
Are you kidding me? That is my favorite movie of all time.
Then, well, I think if we watch The Croods one more time, that might be our favorite movie because it was great.
But no, I thought you were still pitching it to me as if I've never seen it.
Oh no, we're back in reality.
So I'm regular Andy now.
We spent.
So I will say that the Croods.
Yes.
Oh my God.
We spent that day in the hyperbolic time chamber. We're 10 times stronger. It's been a year to us. And that entire year, we've watched The Croods. Guess what? We never got sick of it because The Croods is that.
I kept
damn good.
Noticing things that I hadn't seen before. There are layers. Like sedimentary rock. There are layers and layers.
I see what you did there. That's
yes. Great. Because Emma Stone is in this movie and she's great.
She's great.
She's so good.
Fantastic is the word I want to use.
You know, this movie's called Crude. But this movie's anything but, because it is like sharpened to like this amazing wit and just, I don't know how they did it.
Remember that line where Grug,
yes,
he picks up Ryan Reynolds.
Love that name, by the way.
Love that name. Picks up Ryan Reynolds and says,
yeah,
you know, ever since I met you, I wanted to throw you. And then Ryan Reynolds goes, is that a joke? And he's a cave person. He goes, what's a joke?
Oh, God.
And then he throws
I forgot
him.
that. I somehow forgot my favorite scene in the whole movie.
What about the bird tar rib cage hot air balloon scene.
Oh my god.
They need to get across a canyon.
And Grug, he grows as a character because he doesn't know how to make fire.
Yeah, the whole thing is they don't have brains.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm dumb. I'm a caveman. I just know how to smash things. He grows.
He learns how to make fire and he uses it to make a bird, tar, hot air balloon, rib cage, whale, hot air balloon.
It's amazing. He puts some tar on a big old rib cage, gets some of these crazy birds who remind me kind of the krill from Gears of War, one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
Probably the best part of that whole game is the krill.
Yeah.
The tension you feel. But in this, it's more of like a comedic. Like
Yeah.
it's a new spin on a classic.
It's taking it and putting it on its head.
Yeah.
Because this is the krill that we've never seen before.
Well, this whole movie is taking the concept of cave people and putting it on its head.
It's all new. It's all in your face comedy.
Like, I would say, like, if Far Cry Primal was as inventive as this, game of the year.
You know,
Far Cry Primal played it too safe. They gave us saber-tooth tigers that were just brown.
and Far Cry Primal, they were like, oh, we spent years trying with, linguistics professionals coming up with this language that they may have actually spoken in caveman times. And crews were like, duh, we already got English, stupid.
You know what word was not in that primitive caveman language?
What?
Cool. They
wasn't
talk
in
like I talk.
Yeah.
No, more importantly, they talk like Nicolas Cage.
I can relate to the characters because in DreamWorks, it's all about relatability.
Yes.
It's all about it's about feeling what the characters feel.
And some of the characters are literally related.
So
They're our family unit, and we
it's
all
called
have
the
families.
Croods because that's their name. It's their last name. They have the concept of last
Do you think
names.
that's a joke?
What do you mean?
Well, they're cave people.
Yeah.
They're savage. They're crude.
Oh my god.
But the word is spelt wrong. Now you're thinking, well, then obviously it's not. They would have spelt it right. But they spelt it wrong because they're crude. They're so crude they can't even spell the word crude right.
Oh my god.
The crude. So he gets tar and puts it on the rib cage of a large animal, and he gets these pink birds to swarm it, and then him and this giant tiger creature that's adorable, and I'm glad that he's their friend. They get in and they fly over the canyon, but not before he saves, like he's Samus Aran at the end of Super Metroid. He saves all the animals, and they pile up. And he's like, I guess I'm a cat person now.
Oh.
I didn't know what pets were because I was a caveman, but now I got a kitty. It was... Let's put a bow on this. I don't want to say anything else. It's the perfect film. Andy, is The Croods a recommendation?
Go fucking buy this movie.
Buy it.
Blu-ray combo pack right now. I gotta say, my favorite scene is when Grug, he gets
rhymes with hug.
That's how I remember it. It's a mnemonic device. It stays in your head. The characters, they did that on purpose.
Yeah,
so that you'd remembered them.
Yeah,
like how I remember Ryan Reynolds' character's name so well. My favorite scene though is there's a scene where Grug gets a new pelt.
Yeah,
and it's made out of a snake.
Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh, is that your what's that?" And he's like, "This is a snakeskin pelt. It's supposed to show my individuality and my belief in personal freedom."
One of my favorite scenes in this film.
Yeah.
They're cave people, so they exist before society. But there are hints that, like, Nicolas Cage's character, like, creates the art of, like, drawing on the cave walls.
Yeah.
Maybe that's, like, an ode to Prometheus, one of my favorite films.
Oh, my God.
Is that he's, like, and, you know, he draws the three big people. Those are the three big people from the beginning of Prometheus. But that's just a fan theory.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You're kind of sparking something in my mind.
Yeah.
Setting it on fire. Kind of like Grug does in that one scene when he learns from Ryan Reynolds how to make fire.
That's true.
Which happens.
It happens.
If you saw the movie. By the way, if you haven't seen the movie, turn this off right now.
Go watch The Croods.
Go watch
listen,
it. Listen
to it more importantly because it has, like, wisdom.
This is like, I gotta say, it triggered my ASMR. Like, I got the tinglies in my back the whole time.
Is Nicolas Cage also your trigger? I know we're brothers.
Chris, I'm gonna be honest. Mine might be The Croods as a whole.
As a whole?
Because Ryan Reynolds and Nicolas Cage were my two ASMR triggers.
Oh my God.
And so this movie is perfect.
I looked over at Andy. He looked like he was melting in his chair the whole time. He was just like,
I got the tingles in my back. My back hair stood up.
But here's the thing.
Erect.
You were saying the movie lit your brain on fire. Let's go back to that.
I can't remember what I was saying at all.
So then I'm just
going... Oh, I remember.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Nicolas Cage plays a caveman. Nick Cave. This is a reference to one of my favorite musical artists, Nick Cave.
And his daughter is a bad seed. Oh my God, the layers!
Oh, it's like sedimentary rock. It's all piled up like Emma Stone.
Someone was like, we should make a movie where Nick Cage is a Nick Cage man. And they were like he's in a cage? Like, no, like a caveman. And the other person was like, that's a really crude joke. And they were like, we're going to have this done in a weekend, bruh.
And they did. They did it in one weekend.
One weekend, because when Providence strikes you,
yeah,
it just lights your hands on fire. Like it's like George Lucas first draft Phantom Menace. He'd already made it perfect.
I mean, this movie, I feel like they wrote it while they were animated, like it was live. But the thing is that if you have a good movie, they usually use the first draft.
Yeah.
Because it's the best one. It's the first. It's number one because it's the first.
You don't want people coming in and ruining your perfect film. You don't want Quentin Tarantino ruining It's Pat. No.
Yeah.
You go with your first one. That's why this movie only has 2 writing credits, because 2 best friends.
Yes.
Who I would assume soulmates.
I'm going to assume pseudonyms.
For the same guy?
No. For the 2 real writers, what are their names? Chris, go ahead, pick up your keyboard. We're going to look up an anagram decoder. Oh my God. It's an anagram for Nicolas Cage and Ryan Reynolds, our BFFs. I didn't know their names could actually be that long, but they are.
It is. You have to do a number substitution in there.
Yeah.
But after you do that, convert the names of the writers and DreamWorks into numbers.
Then
divide by 3.
Use a Caesar cryptogram.
Yeah, and boom, there you go. Nicolas Cage, Ryan Reynolds, BFF. Plain as English.
And Emma Stone is the first Horcrux.
So there's a scene in this film. We were talking about how the Croods...
Do we want to give more information away?
I think it's important. Like,
okay.
This is the hard sell.
This will be the last one because we want people to enjoy this movie.
We're already setting up that they invent sunglasses.
Yes.
They invent the concept of mobile homes.
Yes.
They invent wigs. They invent the hug. Something as simple as like a hug is invented. Nicolas Cage invents the alphabet in one scene. Grug is the father of language. Like, it's fantastic. It's very subtle but very smart. I'm going to play the clip right now.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Huh? That's all you have to do.
So now we come to the portion of our show. We're winding down. I only do this sometimes. It's a Chris recommends. I like to recommend films for people. Normally, I would suggest something from the 70s or 80s, like a Ralph Bakshi film. You know, like I'd say American Pop or Hey Good Looking or something like that.
Cool World.
Or maybe I would suggest something older than that, like Oob Iwerks. Like I'd tell you to go see like some Flip the Frog or Swing You Sinners, which I don't think was an Oob Iwerks, but you get the point. You know, like a classic black and white cartoon. I'm actually going to break that. I'm going to suggest something more recent. And it's a recent film. I think you're all going to enjoy it. It's made in 2013. The Croods.
Croods?
The Croods.
Croods?
Croods.
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 The Croods.
Croods.
The Croods.
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 Croods?
Croods.
Croods. Croods. Croods. Croods. Croods. Croods. Croods. Croods. Croods. Croods. Croods. Croods.
Croods.
Croods. Croods. Crudes.
Crudes.
Oh, mama, give me those crudes.
Crudes.
Oh, I gotta make a salad. Gonna put some croutons on, mama.
Crudes?
Crudes?
Hello? Excuse me.
Yeah?
Do you have directions? I'm looking for crudes.
Crudes?
Crudes.
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 Crudes?
Crudes.
The crudes?
I'm gonna say something.
Yeah.
It's gonna blow your mind.
Good, but, huh?
What about
What?
the crudes?
It's good. What about kind with the crudes?
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 Crudes.
Extra crudes.
Crudes.
Can I get a can of crudes?
I don't know. You're being a little crudes right now.
Crudes.
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 My favorite person from Whose Line Is It Anyway was Greg Crudes.
Crudes.
Crudes?
Crudes.
Crudes.
Crudes. Crudes. Ebenezer Crudes.
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 Did you say crudes?
Crudes?
Crudes.
Ohana means crudes.
Crudes.
I'm Ted Crudes, and I approve this message.